We've been discussing theater style, and we've seen that the realistic style of theater is representational, while the theatrical style is presentational in nature. This is because realism represents life in a form that is easily familiar to us, while the theatrical style presents life in a form other than that with which we are familiar. Now we will continue to look at the characteristics that separate the two styles of theater. One of the important concepts that affects theater style is known as the fourth wall concept. This concept was formulated and put into use in theater during the late 19th century in order to accommodate a new style of realism. The basic idea behind the fourth wall concept is related to a scenic device known as the box set. The box set is a type of scenery that is designed to create the illusion of the inside of a room on stage. The set is composed of 3 scenic walls that are adjusted in order to accommodate sightlines of the audience. The idea of this type of staging is to create 3 solid scenic walls with the conceit that there is an invisible fourth wall that runs between the audience and the action of the play. How the actors treat this fourth wall has an effect on the style of the play. If the actors treat the fourth wall as if it were a solid wall on their side, in no way acknowledging the existence of the audience that is watching them, then they will tend to behave realistically. It will be as if the audience is eavesdropping on the action of the play without the knowledge of the characters on stage. As a result, the play has the effect of a reenactment. Observing the fourth wall concept is one of the techniques for creating a realistically styled play production. On the other hand, theatrically styled plays tend to ignore the fourth wall concept. The characters may turn and directly address the audience in their speech. You may have been to a play production where the characters have entered or exited through the house in an effort to ignore the fourth wall and creating a very theatrically styled production. In our discussion of theater art, we alluded to the concept of the illusion of reality and the willful suspension of disbelief. Plays in the style of realism naturally attempt to create the illusion of reality. They depend strongly on the creation of a willful suspension of disbelief also. This is not particularly the concern of plays done in the theatrical style. Theater director and icon Bertolt Brecht wrote and directed plays during the early 20th century that were theatrically styled. In fact, he felt that the attempt to create the illusion of reality was dishonest. He thought that true theater must never allow the audience to forget that they were watching a play. In this way, he felt that the direct contact between the performance and the audience would be much more profound. He thought that realism was like hypnotism. It tended to put people to sleep and prevented them from acting individually and honestly. All of this creates 2 styles of theater that tend to evoke separate effects. Realism seems to create a reenactment. Theatrical style has more of the effect of a narrative. In other words, the actors on stage are telling a story with dramatic action to the audience. They're using costumes, lights, and makeup to accommodate the telling of this story. At this time, let's go to your task for this section. When we return, we'll continue our discussion of theater style by looking at some of the most important elements of theater art referred to as the unities of time, place, and action. We'll see you after the task.